All right, here we go on day 2. So it's going to stay just on the same page of notes as the last one. Just as a quick review, go up to the top, and you should have something to the effect of literal equations contain 2 or more variables. Do you have that in there? Add anything you need to. Is this highlighted, the word literal equations? And then a formula is an algebraic expression that relates 2 or more quantities. Did you write that in there as well? If those things aren't in there, just add them into your notes. Make sure they're there. I know that if I can remind you in 24 hours and then 7 days later, then your brain will grasp these things better. So let's try taking a couple of literal equations and solving them together, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of time to try some on your own. So the first thing I always do is draw the line so that I don't get lost, and I'm just going to keep going down because the next one is there too. And this one says solve for h. So I'm going to highlight it just so that I see that I have it right there. This one later, it's going to be for r. As long as I'm in my highlighter, I'm just going to highlight that. So volume equals pi r squared times the height. So what kind of thing is that a volume for? Yeah, cylinder. So to get the height by itself, do you see how all of these things are times? Even the r squared, they're all multiplying in there. I could put multiplication signs. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it all at the same time. So pi r squared. So what you're doing is you're taking the volume, dividing it by the area of that base. And this cancels out. Everything cancels. So I'm left with my height is equal to my volume divided by pi r squared, or volume divided by the area of the base. How about this one? Do you remember your dirt triangle? D distance equals rate times time. So if you want r, then I would just cover up the r, so d divided by t. Look at, I just divide by t. So these hopefully won't be hugely yucky. It's just going through the same process. You just don't get a number answer. So what I want you to do is this. Check out these 6, push pause, and I want you to try them on your own. Make sure they all get written in your notes, and then you have to make sure that you get the correct answer. So I'll go through them, and when you come back, we'll talk about them. All right, here we go. So number 1, you've got 2a over the height. So 2 times the area divided by the height is what gives you the h. If you are struggling with this 1/2, put your hands out in front of you. How do you undo 1/2? You flip it around and you times by 2 over 1. Number 2, interest equals principal times rate times time. So that means the rate would be interest divided by the principal and the time. 3, it's that dirt triangle again. If you want the time, you do the distance divided by rate. 4, perimeter equals length time plus 2 length plus 2 width. So if I solve that, then watch this over here. Very interesting. This related to number 5. P minus 2 of the length. Drop down the 2w divided by 2. So this 2 goes into everything, not just the p. If you wrote that as 1/2 p minus 1l, you could do that, but you're all right leaving it like this. Number 5, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width equals p. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. And 6, the volume divided by the length and the width equals the height. Now, if that was too fast and you're like, what? Push pause, look at my work. If it's still not good, then during class, you just ask questions, which is totally fine. I would love to help, because if you have the question, so does somebody else. So please ask it. All right, a word problem. Let's do a couple together. The area of a rectangular garden is 156 feet squared, and the length is 26. So you know area equals length times width. So if the area is 156 and the length is 26, I've got 156 equals 26w. So go back in and figure out, what does that give you? And my answer is, I'm not exactly sure yet. I didn't have my calculator open. I got 6. Did you get 6 for your width? And because it's words, 6 what? Cats, dogs, candy corns. 6 feet is your width. All right, this one, try on your own and push pause and then come back to me. Jim drives 260 miles to go hunting. He drove at an average speed of 60. So distance, rate, time. My distance was 260. So that equals my rate, which was 60, times my time. How do I undo that? I divide by 60. All right, when I do that, 6 goes into 260. So T equals 4.3 repeating hours. Now here's the question that I have for you. 0.3 repeating is what fraction? 1/3. Now, how much of an hour is that? How many minutes? The answer is not 33. The answer is not 3. The answer is 4 hours, 20 minutes. Why? Because it's not base 100. How many minutes are in an hour? 60. So 1/3 of 60. Well, 60 divided by 3, because 60 is in the top, 3 is in the bottom, gives you 20. All right, now let's try several more. So this is review from yesterday. Solve these all for y's. So that is rewriting it into function form. Solve them for y's. You push pause, come back to me. All right, so let's finish up. I see a mistake that I made here. Number 7, I get y equals negative 5x, and what did I miss? Yeah, what did I do with that plus 9? Plus 9, don't forget that. All right, so sometimes when we make mistakes, that's totally cool. You go back and fix it. But you subtracted the 5x, good. So negative 5x plus 9. 8. I added this. Y equals 2x plus 5, because there was no sign, so we know it's positive. 9. Show your work, because if you don't show your work, stuff gets lost. Maybe you can do this in your head. I want you to show your work anyway. This one, so I subtract my 3x's, but then I have to divide it by 5. So negative 3/5 x, you just leave it like that, totally cool. And then you've got your 10 is divided by 5 as well. You got to divide everything by 5, so plus 2. Number 10, I just moved this y over here so it wasn't negative. It's got to go on the left anyway for this form. Usually it doesn't matter which side, but for function form, y has to be on the left. So I get y equals 2x minus 13. 13, I just subtracted 4 from both sides, so I get 3x minus 4 equals y. So what do I have to do? You can just switch it. So y equals 3x minus 4. You can just swap sides, keep all the signs the same. It's kind of like a mirror. Number 12, so I subtract the x, but then did you see this? Oh, there was a negative in front of that y. So all of your signs switched. I missed a sign again. See what happens when you get tired? Sometimes you get tired. I know that happens. So you go back and fix it. All right, so hopefully you actually listened to me as I was talking through. Let's see. So we go through y equals x. What if I wanted to put the 1 here? Totally cool. And plus 8. So hopefully you've actually listened to this to find my mistakes. And then this one. So I'm going to solve through. Take away your 2x's. Blah, blah, blah. Divide by 2. Am I right? Y equals negative 1x plus 10. Then I plug this in. So y equals negative 1 times negative 2. And so positive 2 plus 10 equals 12. Now I forget I ever did that, and I'm going to plug in negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1 plus 10 is 11. Negative 1 times 0 is 0 plus 10. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 plus 10. Ooh, 9. And the last one, -1 times 2, 10, so I get 8. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.